This Could Get Dicey is an imperfect Dungeons & Dragons game played imperfectly. Like the name suggests, this podcast could get dicey. Content warnings can be found in the episode description.
Hello, and welcome to This Could Get Dicey, a D&D podcast where a group of buds get to unwind from their 9-to-5s and step into the world of Drew Gala. My name is Destiny Nieto, I play Lü'mis Bjorn, and before things get a little too dicey, I just like to say it's a beautiful day to watch someone else watch their favorite band live.
Oh.
Say the band.
Oh, I thought you were going to guess, but I thought that was like our bit now.
I already know this
But
one.
you know what it is.
I got it.
I already know who it is.
I don't know.
Becky, you guess.
Have I not been paying attention to Destiny's life?
I knew
Okay.
because David.
Was it Modest Mouse?
No, that's a good guess, though.
Thank you. Thank you.
I was actually really envious that David got to go. Yeah, both of you, I guess, got to go to this show.
Yeah, it was Death Cab for Cutie and the Postal
Oh.
Service. So the Ben Gibbard show.
I was trying to get the tickets to that show, and they sold out so fast.
Yeah.
It's Mr. Gizbo's wild tour of fun.
And sad,
I
though.
forgot that's what it was called.
That's what it should have been called.
Yes.
Hard time fitting it all on the poster.
Mr. Gizbo.
That's what he goes by now. He's reinventing himself.
Was it good?
Oh, it was phenomenal. It was so good. And it was not absolutely hot outside. There was, dare I say, a nice breeze.
Ooh.
It
All
was,
the more
it was
magical.
great. Yes, very much so.
Nice.
Hi, my name is Alex Villarreal. I play Ellis Vindove, and today is a beautiful day to celebrate my favorite national holiday, which is the day before the first cold front, Eve.
Excellent. Thank
We've
you.
made it, everybody.
Come to us. Winter
Yes,
Christmas.
Alex.
We've-
Thank you.
We've
for
made it.
Yeah. We're
our favorite
almost
holiday.
set. We have two coming in the next 3 days.
Ooh.
Two
Coming.
cold fronts. Don't
I
worry about
was-
the fact. Next week is still going to be in the high 80s, but don't worry
It
about it.
doesn't matter.
But it was going to be
Sat-
94, and that disappeared. The 94
Alright.
next week disappeared. So
The high Saturday, 75.
yes,
The
yes,
low,
yes,
The
Perfect.
low is like 56.
yes.
Let's go.
It's so nice. It's
And by the time this episode comes out, we'll be living in it. You know,
ideally, yeah.
like
in a
well
perfect
well
world.
into it.
We'll
Hopefully
see.
colder still, but
It's always tough this first cold front because like we're gonna get like another patch of like warmer weather. It like always happens. Like we were like, oh, it's here, and then it's like it like gets ripped away from us. But like, gosh, that first
it's true.
like tomorrow morning when I leave for work, it's gonna be like pouring rain, and
Oh.
it's gonna make the drive a little spooky. But I
But
just
you
know
know
it's gonna
what
clear
comes
up.
with that rain.
I know
it's
it's
like
coming.
worth it.
Well, that's usually, it's like one weekend ACL is cold and rainy, and one weekend's stupid hot.
Yeah.
I'm glad it's not. I'm glad I was worried that the rain was gonna fall like direct on
Right.
this weekend, but you know, that's what Austin gets for planning a giant festival in the beginning of October.
So
You take the risk.
It's supposed to be the second wettest month of the year. Why would they plan it this month?
is it
Hell
really?
yeah!
Yeah, it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be. I don't want to get too much into
In
climate
other-
change, but
Okay.
hello. My name is Kenny Chilton, and I play Emil Mazak. And it's a beautiful day to have an electric heating pad.
They're the best.
I got one of these bad boys on me right now.
Where?
You got cramps?
No, I have a herniated disc in my spine.
Oh, no.
I have been
no.
I have been immobile for 3 days. This is the most movement I've got done. It's getting up to come to this chair.
Well, thank you for being here today, Kenny.
Commitment.
Yeah, you know, good muscle relaxer, prescriptions.
Oh, so you're feeling good.
Well, I held off taking this dose because it really has made me very loopy. And like it takes all of my concentration to be present. So I didn't take it yet. So my back is spasming, but I'm here. So if you hear like
Everyone
a
at
yelp
home.
or something,
Everyone at home, you too can thank Kenny for being here today by using code Kenny Thank You. On
How high do you have the heating pad up to?
oh, all the way.
All
Maximum.
the way.
Look, here's my little. Oh no, it's only on warm right now. Now it's on maximum.
Oh, is it Target brand? That little arrow.
Yeah, sponsor us.
Use code Kenny Thank You on Target for your own free heating pad.
Hold on, I don't know.
And if they don't give it to you, go to the store and riot.
And tell them this could get dicey. Would love to be.
Yeah, we sent you.
Yeah, would love to get sponsored.
Anyway, get a heating pad.
Hi, my name is Becky Schmader. I'm the game master for This Could Get Dicey. And it's a beautiful day to make your 6th character in Baldur's Gate 3.
Have any of your characters died yet?
No. Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, like, yes,
Oh,
but no.
no, yeah, they do die,
I mean, there's
right?
no, like, permadeath, so.
What's this one about?
This one is special. I went through the effort of really modding my game, so that way it has this one mod where you can add, like, 50 different playable races to the game. And then you also have to add like a bunch of spells and stuff. So I'm playing the closest thing to the character that's in the campaign I have with Destiny and Alex. I'm playing a Lokatha. Is that how you say it?
Mm-hmm.
A fish person. Because they don't have any frog people. So I'm playing a fish person named Gubby, who's a spore druid, who's having the time of their life, just with a little tadpole in their head.
Is it the same story in this game every time you play it? Like, it's the same stuff?
Yes and no. I keep finding stuff, hearing stuff, seeing stuff that I haven't run into before. And then also there's like different branches and like different things you can do. Like if you want to romance Minthara or just have Minthara as one of your companions, you have to either like ignore a whole quest line or kill some people that you wouldn't normally do. It's kind of evil, quote unquote.
That's a lot of commitment to this game.
That is.
Hey, if you could add one mod to This Could Get Dicey, to Drugala, what mod would you add in?
Fat ass.
Dang, I don't know. I don't know.
I would do the like one punch kill
from
The Last of Us. That's what I would do.
That's a good one.
Or like the civilians riot cheat code from Grand Theft Auto
From
3.
Grand Theft Auto, and they're always chasing you, trying to kill you. Yes.
These are good ones. I don't have any good mods. All the mods are visual ones that I've been adding to Baldur's Gate 3. There's the classic Wicked Whims mod for Sims. Who knows about that one?
Is that where everyone wants to sleep with you?
Not well, kind of. It's like a aggressive sex mod, basically.
Oh.
I have never installed it. For the record, I have never installed this mod before.
Okay.
Then how do you know about it?
Because it was all on Twitter. All of
awful
it was
lot
on
about
Twitter.
this.
Alex, I remember distinctly showing you this.
Yeah, you
Choco berries.
You probably did. Hold on. Let me. I gotta download something really quick.
But yeah, it's an infamous mod for The Sims. So.
Becky saves all of her nasty mods for Roller Coaster Tycoon.
It turns every roller coaster into a penis.
That's like all you could do, right? There's no what else would it be?
If you give me 10 minutes, I can come up with a few more.
Okay. Well, anyways, Baldur's Gate 3 still latched onto my little brain, and at this point, it has now been 2 months since its release. So, well done, Larian.
Sponsor us.
Sponsor, please, God, please sponsor us, Larian Studios. And with that, let us begin. Last we left off, our adventurers took some time to run errands around town in Mistfall, deciding to get some formal wear for the upcoming ball that they would be attending. They sent out a few letters to family, and they went shopping at Shrimp by Timotheos, or Tiny Tim's. They decided on a deal to go shrimping for a week on the river, and in return, Tiny Tim would teach them how to do some lock picking, although I think only Emil succeeded in learning.
So did I.
So did you. So did you. So did the two of you who, yes, Lü'mis and Emil learned how to do lockpicking after shrimping for a week. We are now on the evening before the 24th day of Windcrisp, in which Lü'mis has a meeting with Professor Ralmovic at the Academy, which was set forth 28 episodes ago. Professor Ralmovic being a scholar of religion and most importantly of the god Dotathal. What are you all doing on this evening before anything exciting that you all decide to do before taking a little nap, a little sleepy?
So I think we're in the Squirrel's Folly. Yeah, at our usual table or something. And I say, so I feel, now don't judge me too hard for this. We did basically like 3 weeks when we first met of like really hard fighting stuff. And now we've spent like a week not doing any fighting at all. I'm a little worried about having to fight again and not having done any of it in like a week. I before I left home, I was on like a regular routine. I was training, practicing my skills, you know. Does anyone want to fight me? Does anyone want to train?
Absolutely.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, yeah, let's spar. Alarin, can we fight in here?
You could go to the back deck area. I don't think anyone's out there right now. So if you need some space, you could go out there.
All right. Well, Lü'mis, you're not gonna kill me, are you?
Lü'mis already starts walking to the back area.
Alice, he's not gonna kill me, is he?
If he kills you, I'll see if you're actually gonna die, and then I'll heal you.
Okay. Yeah, I just want to stay sharp, you know.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's interesting that you train so much. I don't train at all.
Well, oh God, Lü'mis is out there. Yeah, as we're walking out there. Yeah, I had to train a lot because in my childhood I just kind of scrapped around and, you know, got by the skin of my teeth or whatever. But, you know, I wanted to be sure I knew what I was doing, and when whatever's happening to me started happening, I wanted to know more about it. And so Sir Quain, I thought he trained me in combat. So yeah, let's see if I can stand up to a 200-something-year-old vampire.
Probably not, but you know, I'll be here too. I'll be ref.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, I want to go out and train with Lü'mis.
Okay, yeah. You all head to the back porch of the Squirrel's Folly, which looks upon the river out back and the mist from the waterfall. Lü'mis, I assume, has been like limbering up here already, prepared perhaps for this.
Yeah, you see Lü'mis stretching, kind of doing the splits, even maybe twirling their spear in their hand, just getting ready.
Oh, you're using spears? Okay, I'm gonna close the back door and like whatever I have to do to close the curtain so people can't see me out here.
Okay.
Using my bark hands.
Sure. Sure.
Okay, we're going weapons. Okay, I look at Alice. This is a lot more serious than I thought.
I mean, we don't have to use weapons. It's just habit for me to pull out my spear.
No, it's okay. I wouldn't stand a chance without this, I don't think.
Yeah, Lü'mis also punches it pretty hard too.
That's true. All right, I turn both my hands into twisted roots, making sure that there's nobody around to see us.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and roll a perception check. See if anyone's looking.
8.
You can't tell. I think you're like a little, you're kind of sweating a little bit seeing Lü'mis prepared like this. Why don't the two of you roll initiative to see who gets to go first here?
All right, I want a good, clean fight. I want everybody to be nice to each other, even though you're going to be hitting each other. No hitting in the eyes and no hitting in the wiener. But everywhere else is super fair game. I would say no biting, but I've seen Lü'mis do something similar to that. So, Emil, good luck. And initiative.
I rolled an 8.
18.
Okay, Lü'mis gets to go first.
Excellent. Non-lethally.
Sure. we're going to just say all of this is non-lethal, so
Yes.
no one has to say that.
Wanted
You
to
all are
make
having a friendly little spar in which someone could still, go unconscious, but
Yay!
And
let's
this
do it.
is the evening, right? Like right before bedtime, just
Yes.
kind of
Yeah.
a nightcap.
but you never know. Maybe a dragon's going to come in just land on the back porch. I don't know.
Okay. Going to try to attack once with my spear. That will be a dirty 20.
Yep. Yeah.
Lü'mis goes, "Okay, are you ready?"
Yep, I'm ready.
And as he says, and Lü'mis just pokes him in the gut with his spear.
Okay,
All
great.
right.
How much?
Tell us.
How
Oh,
much
yeah. How much
damage?
damage?
Oh, am I?
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah.
guess we have to roll.
Yeah,
give me
we got to know who's going to win.
That would be 7 points of damage.
Okay.
And then,
Oh, yeah. Do you do anything else?
yeah, I'm going to do another attack with my spear. So I poke him with my spear, take it out, and then you're going to poke him again. We'll try to at least.
Okay.
Oh, that is a natural 1
Oh.
for 8.
Okay.
All right.
Can I play off of that?
Absolutely.
I think as you go for the second stab, maybe more nimbly than you thought he could move. Emil's gonna jump up and do the cool thing where he like stands on the end of your staff,
Ooh.
Ooh.
and like kind of use it to like pounce towards you. So like I jump off the end of your spear towards you, and I'm gonna take 2 twisted roots attacks because I can do 2 attacks now.
Ooh. The real reason Kenny wanted to do this is just he wants to show off his character.
I haven't fought in a while.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I kind of
true.
forgot how to.
Yeah.
Well,
My bad.
so my first attack was a 17.
That does not hit.
My second attack was a natural 1. So as I bounce off, I say, "Here I come!" And I just like slice twice, and I think just whiff both of them.
Are you trying to hit me?
I was trying to hit you as I kind of like get up and dust myself off and maybe like stand behind a table a little bit or something.
A picnic table in the back.
Yeah.
All right. Lü'mis, how do you follow up?
I guess after dodging his attacks, Lü'mis is going to attack him again with the spear in the belly again.
Okay.
That will be 16 plus 7.
Yep.
Yep.
Jesus.
23.
23. So that's 6 points of damage.
All right.
And then I am going to do an extra attack with the spear again. So essentially the same move, like poking him again, taking it out, poking it again, just trying it out. 18 plus 7.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
25.
And that's going to be another 6 points of damage.
Cool.
How's Emil looking?
You know, I'm not bloodied yet, but
Okay.
I would say there is some blood coming through my shirt.
Sure.
Don't worry about it. It's all good. I say, so I'm like holding my wound.
Okay, as you say it, it's all good. Lü'mis says, okay, then I'm going to do it again. And Lü'mis, I'm going to use my bonus action to do an unarmed strike to just punch him in the chest.
Okay.
Dirty 20.
Yeah.
Oh my
How
God.
fun! 7 points of damage.
Okay, now I'm bloodied.
Okay.
I really like I've learned a lot from you, Lü'mis, as I stumble out. How you attack multiple times. It's really cool. Watch this. I'm gonna switch dice here real quick.
Okay.
Shit. Watch this. Okay, 2 more. Fuck. 2 more twisted roots. The first one is a 19,
That hits.
and the second one's a natural 1.
No.
The 19 does 9 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And the other one's a natural 1.
Yeah, I guess you probably like are able to get like a shot in on Lü'mis, and then maybe like feeling a little desperation, you swing a little large, and
Yeah, what does
like,
Lü'mis do to me on
Yeah.
this like very apparent big swing with my offhand?
Can Lü'mis dodge it by grabbing it with one hand and then punching him in the face with the other?
Absolutely.
I get just because like I feel Lü'mis's visceral reaction of just like, oh, I just got hit. Now I need to do everything I can to hit this person back. So that is going to be 15 plus 7.
Yep.
22.
So this is an unarmed strike for 7 points of damage.
All right. I think you punch me in the face, and I feel a little blood come to my mouth, and I look at Ellis and I say, "Okay, ref. Okay, call it. Call it."
Are you sure?
I'm sure. As I dodge maybe another instinctual attack from Lü'mis. I'm sure. Call it.
All right, Lü'mis, you can stop now.
I just imagine like Lü'mis like twirling their spear, like not stopping
Yes.
it. Emil's like now like hunched
Just
over, like on
fucking
the ground.
Fucked up. Yeah, I think that's an appropriate scene.
I walk over to you, Emil, and I go, "You tried your best, and that's all that matters." And I pat you on the back as I cast Healing Word at 2nd level, and you get 13 points of healing back.
Thank you. Check to see that the wound closed up on my tummy. Oh, right, Lü'mis, that was exactly what I was looking for. Not really, but thank you for helping me get out and a little more active. How are you? Any notes for me?
I guess my only note is, try to hit your opponent more.
Yeah, that's good advice. I haven't trained with my offhand very much. Ellis, what were you going to say?
I was going to say, as a casual observer, Lü'mis seemed to have one similar strategy, which was just to stab you in the stomach a lot. Maybe next time, just like move out of, watch your tummy.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I'll try to move more. I have my new suit also, which is pretty armored, so hopefully that will help.
Do you want to go, Ellis?
Be careful with this one. He's really strong.
Would you be fine if I used magic?
Yeah, I'd be more than happy to do that.
Okay.
Thunder Wave.
Sends us both flying off the Squirrel's Folly.
Okay, both of you go ahead and roll a new initiative here with the two of you. Emil, I think you go to set up as being the ref, and when you turn to look back at the Squirrel's Folly, you see that Fudge, Usher, and Cookie Quish are like peering through the blinds a little bit and watching you all fight like from the kitchen window.
That's fine. Don't get any good funny ideas in there. You don't need your swords. This is all friendly.
They're just waving at you.
Dirty 20.
Same.
Ooh.
Who has higher dexterity?
I have a +2 to dexterity.
I have a +4.
Great.
Okay. Lü'mis, you're up first then.
I was laughing because at first I was looking at my saving throws and it was a +7, but that's not.
No. Loser.
Yeah, I'm just gonna charge at Ellis with my spear, but going for his hands.
Oh.
Dirty 20.
Silvery barbs. I go, see? And I'm like, you're not going for the tummy this time.
Waving his hands out of the way, you now roll with disadvantage. So roll again.
That is a 9.
Nope, that does not hit.
Do I still have a extra attack and bonus action?
Yes.
Are they all at disadvantage?
I think so.
it's just that one hit.
So yeah, Ellis like waves his hands as the spear's coming, and you're not able to hit it, but you have 2 more attacks if you want it.
So I'm gonna try again with spear with the other hand.
Oh,
13.
That is my armor class.
that hits.
Nice. That is 10 points of damage.
Ooh, chunkos. Ow! As you do that, I like flick my finger in your direction as a black feather sort of like races towards you and then dissipates as I bonus action cast Hex.
Ooh. What does that do?
I deal an extra 1d6 necrotic damage, and I choose one ability. Target has disadvantage on those ability checks. I'm gonna pick Strength. And then I'm gonna cast 2 Eldritch Blasts into your tummy.
Okay.
And because of my new Eldritch invocations, they're agonizing blasts.
Oh.
So severe tummy aches.
Yes. The first one is a 15 plus 7 to hit.
22.
Yes.
And the second one was a natural 20.
Oh shit, yeah.
IBS. Lü'mis gets IBS.
The first one is 12 points of force damage plus 1 point of necrotic.
I'm resistant to necrotic.
So that
So
would be
you don't
nothing.
take that.
Well, no, it'd round up to 1, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's half
Yeah.
rounded up.
Yeah. So you take 1 point of necrotic.
Okay.
That's just math. That's rules and that's math.
Math.
The second one will be the crit will be 18 plus
Oh, shit.
4, 22 plus 22 points of force damage, and then another 1 point of necrotic damage.
Lü'mis turns into mist.
Oh god! Oh god!
I go,
Call it, call
oh
it.
shit, oh shit, oh fuck, oh shit,
my
oh
God.
fuck, oh shit, oh
Wait,
god.
hold on, before you do anything.
What? Hold on, I just killed Lü'mis.
I take a very, very close look at the mist to see if I see anything.
That's not the
inside of it.
time.
Shit, hold on. What do I see when I look in the mist?
Roll an investigation check.
18 total.
You don't see anything in particular. The shape of the mist turns into that of the symbol of Dotathal. So there's a single thread that goes down to a spindle, and then there's like a woven yarn kind of wreath around it. I don't know if you saw this the last time.
Yeah,
this happened.
I saw a
I think you
symbol
did.
for Dotathal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it is literally just like the symbol for Dotathal is made by like this misty.
this
Yeah,
misty
I'm like
stuff, yeah.
envisioning like in the dark mark where it kind of forms eventually into a skull and then a snake, but it's kind of a cloud mist forming into that, but it's ever moving. So like sometimes you see it, sometimes it's just fog and mist. But if you look with your 18, I feel like you can definitely point it out. Like I've seen that symbol before. It is the same since the last time I looked.
Okay.
When Luna's turned
And
into
then-
mist.
That makes sense. And then the other thing I say, as I see Alice coming over to fix Lü'mis, I say, wait, we also wanted to know if we can move Lü'mis in this state, remember? And I'm going to try and move the mist. Like, can I move this? If Lü'mis goes down, am I able to move Lü'mis around?
I believe you can. Like, how are you trying to move the mist, I guess?
Just touching it with my
Pushing
hands.
it? Okay, I'd say no, it doesn't. Because I think when you, like, do it, it's like little particles kind of, like, move around where your hands go and then come back.
Emil, I feel like this is a kind of icky and gross invasion of Lü'mis's personal space in a way that you and I couldn't possibly comprehend.
Sure,
I feel like
sure.
you're
Fix
touching
it,
his
fix
like
it.
spleen or something.
Yeah, you're right. It's kind of gross. I don't know what I'm touching. Fix it.
I shove my hand in the mist and go, ew! And cast another healing word at second level, and you get 10 points of healing back.
Lü'mis just poop from the sky onto the ground ever so gracefully and says, "That was kind of exhilarating."
Are you okay?
Yeah, is everybody
Yeah,
good?
I mean, I kind of died unconscious, went into my mist form, but I'm fine now. I'm a bit hurt. I don't think I should fight anymore.
Yeah, this was a bad idea.
No, this was a great idea.
Oh, okay.
It puts into perspective that, with their new employer, there might be harder enemies that I'm not really prepared to face, so I need to train as well.
I haven't really. I kind of look at my hand, and I'm like, I haven't really done that in a second. I didn't know it was. I didn't know it was that strong.
Yeah, you should definitely use that more often against our enemies, not me.
Yeah, for sure.
Was that a gift from...
Nonoxus?
I mean, yeah, and I kind of like make the Eldritch Blast like in my hand, like a Rasengan from Naruto. And I'm just like,
Sure.
yeah, like this was one of the first things that they let me like do, but this is just it was just a bit stronger. I didn't think it was gonna be that strong. Damn.
Okay. Wow, yeah. This is off-topic question. Is anyone feeling like maybe we should like summon some demons or something? Or anyone feeling like that or no?
Actually, now that you mention it, and I rolled
I
my
punch
eyes.
Ellis.
I'm kidding.
Me too. I think you're still here with us. I was just trying to make light of what is a very worrisome situation. Honestly, Ellis.
Oh, yeah, I don't, yeah, that is very worrisome, but you know what, else could make light of this situation is this, and I snap my fingers, and, I use Mask of Many Faces to cast Disguise Self on myself at will, without expending a spell slot, and I turn into Lü'mis, and I go, I hate water. I hate water, and I hate food and laughter.
Is this the one that permanently scars you?
No, this is just a spell that I have now. It's an Eldritch Invocation. It's an Eldritch
Invocation. Oh my god. Wow.
Yeah, and then once 6 seconds pass, and I turn into a mule, and I go, oh no, I'm gonna be dead soon, because I'm old.
Well, okay, that's not the reason why, but...
How long can you hold that for?
I don't know. I don't really know I haven't really looked up the spell Disguise Self at all. I just know I can cast Disguise Self on myself at will.
What the hell?
But
That's
yes. Cool. So yeah, I have that in my arsenal too. And no, I have not been thinking of any demons. In fact, they sound icky and gross. I just had to touch Lü'mis's mist, and I almost threw up.
Yeah, could you feel us touching your mist?
No, I black out when I turn into that. I kind of just fall unconscious, which is kind of the only time I feel that way.
It's kind of peaceful though, huh?
Honestly, a little bit.
Okay, but we still need you here. Don't die yet. Don't get too excited.
All right, that was a lot of fun. I hope everybody feels satisfied. We should, I think, like, Ellis looks kind of, like, spooked a little bit, and he's like, we should go to bed. Lü'mis, you have a long day tomorrow.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's go to bed.
I think I'm gonna stay out here a little bit longer.
That's fine. I'm gonna go to my cubby.
I will hang back for just a second with Lü'mis. Oh, so one last thing. In the middle of that flurry of attacks you were doing on me, I did notice a new locket swinging around from your neck.
Yeah, apparently it changes colors with my mood, but it kind of just stays black right now.
I think those things work on like blood pressure, so I don't know if it's gonna work on you.
That makes sense. But yes,
no,
it's a new fashion piece.
So I guess it wasn't the locket that meant so much to you, because you replaced it pretty quickly.
Yeah, I mean, the locket did mean a lot. It came from someone pretty special, but it was more of what the locket held.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't need to know any more than you're willing to share.
No, you don't.
Yeah. Hey, good fight. I'll get
Same
you
to
next
you.
time. Well, okay. I'll get you next time. Good night, Lü'mis.
Good night, Emil.
I think Ellis goes to bed both equal parts like a little scared, but also like feeling pretty cool that he just like whomped Lü'mis with this new power.
Emil is feeling pretty incapable and reminded of kind of when he first arrived here at Mistfall and was very, very desperately reliant on these two and still feeling the same way.
Lü'mis feels a sense of content with his new fangled friends, I guess you can say now. and a sense of something to strive for, that, you know, he wants to be able to kick Ellis's butt the way he did Emil's.
Oh my gosh, you're like Sasuke and I'm Naruto.
Right. I'm checking here on the board. It says 2 references to Naruto. That's it. For all of October.
Emil's Rock Lee. Emil's Rock Lee.
It's all of October. It's done. Sorry, Alex.
Also, the reason why Lü'mis is out here is just to do his life force thing. He stays in the area, not super far away as he would normally go, but enough to where he's not necessarily damaging the Squirrel's Foolies area, to just do his little meditation to get some life force back.
Cool. Yeah, I think you sort of, there's like a surrounded, the porch is like surrounded by trees. I think you kind of climb down one of them, going down to not to the riverbank, but near the riverbank a little bit, and sort of pray and meditate over there before climbing back up the tree and headed to your cubby. You all sleep and wake up the next morning. It is the 24th day of Wind Crisp. You all are in the Squirrel's Folly for breakfast, which is a delicious breakfast this morning, brought to you by Fudge, Cookie Crisp, and Usher.
Cookie Quish.
Sorry, not Crisp. Quish.
But now that you mentioned Cookie Crisp, let's talk about no, I think at breakfast I'll say, all right, Lü'mis, you're kind of leading the way on this one. I think Alice and I can just follow your lead and not butt in.
Y'all are coming with me?
Yeah, I think we should. Who knows? You don't know what this professor's gonna say or do.
I mean, to be, not to play devil's advocate here, but this is kind of not a Squirrel's Foolies mission, am I right? This is a Lü'mis IP.
Yeah, I mean, the reason why I initially came here was to see this professor. However, I do feel like it's partially a Squirrel's Foolies mission, in the sense that I think this professor has information about the Lost Era, which I think is kind of tied into your thing, Ellis.
I was just kind of hoping to nap all day, but if you
want a nap, that's fine. I don't need y'all to come.
No. Let's go.
Even if you did need us to come, you wouldn't say, Ellis, we're going. We're at least gonna wait outside or something.
Let's go back to the fucking library or whatever. I feel like we go there every day.
This beats shrimping. At least we're done shrimping, all right? We're doing something besides dipping our hands in water for
I
shrimp.
still have beef with that shit. Lü'mis didn't shrimp once. Lü'mis didn't do any shrimping, and Lü'mis got to learn lockpicking. I just got some shrimp, which
you took one for the team. This was for the team.
All of us. In fact,
pretty happy shrimping.
I'm starting to think about demons. I'm kidding.
I punch out.
Eldritch
Let's
Blast
go to
2
the
times.
academy. All of us. To the academy.
I know what you're thinking right now. You're like, wow, what a really good episode of this podcast. This could get dicey. You're probably thinking like, wow, these people are so witty and charming and handsome and whatever. And you're like, how in the world could I listen to this podcast for the rest of my life? It's pretty simple, actually. You just share it, you know? If you like it, share it. You can go to like our Instagram or TikTok at TCGDpod, and you like scroll through some of the funny posts we have, and you're like, damn, that's a really funny one. I'm gonna share it. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to share stuff. People share dumb shit all the time. This isn't dumb shit. So like, share it. It's sick. Also, you can tell a buddy. That's cool. Be like, hey, I got a podcast. Podcast is really good. You should check it out. Dungeons and Dragons. It's the hot new thing. It's better than anything else right now. All right, this was kind of aggressive. Back to the episode.
You all head to the academy. You make your way inside to the grand hall where Dev Lassier is once again. If you wish to speak to him, he's there. If not, you can walk by him.
Do we know where the professor's office is?
No, you don't. You just go up to Dev Lassier. Oh, hello again. You are back.
Yeah, we're back.
Dev, I saw that you made quite a connection the other night at the Squirrel's Folly.
Oh, thank you. Yes, Elizabeth is a nice person to speak with.
And she's hot, right?
And she is an attractive woman, yes.
And you had a nice conversation, I heard?
I did have a nice conversation, yes. She also reads books, I'll have you know.
Cool.
Did y'all make any future plans to maybe do it again sometime?
Perhaps that is none of your business.
I just thought we were, kind of approaching a friendly sort of, quota with each other, seeing as though we're fucking here every other goddamn day.
Not quite. Lü'mis, today is your appointment with the professor.
Yeah, you remembered. Good job.
I have a calendar in front of me that says Lü'mis meeting with Professor Ralmovic.
I look at said calendar, and do I see any other dates, perhaps, on his calendar?
Roll a perception check.
Ooh, that's a natural 20, 22.
Sure. Yeah, you see in like 3 days that there's a little, it says D and E. We'll leave it at that.
I notice it, and I try my hardest to not have him see that I see it on his calendar.
Sure. I think he's a little distracted with Ellis, like berating him a little bit. So I think you're good. So to get to the professor's office, you will go to the left through here, go into the religion wing, take another left, and there will eventually be a door that says Professor Ramovic on it.
Cool. Thanks.
Yes.
And Lü'mis starts walking that way.
All right.
As we're walking, when we're out of earshot from Dev, I tell the two, in 3 days' time, Dev had a note on his calendar that said D and E.
Oh, shit. Luma's burying the lead. Oh, that's awesome. I don't think we're going to be here because we have to leave soon, right? But that's awesome. If I could be a fly on the wall wherever that happened.
Maybe it'll be at the Squirrel's Folly, and we can just ask someone to let us know if it's there.
We could, maybe he's gonna join the inner circle too.
Oh.
Maybe. What a first date.
Yeah, it took us 3 dates with Elizabeth to get there.
He probably puts out.
That's what I'm fucking talking about.
Hell yeah, my boy Dev definitely does.
Oh my god. Alrighty.
Dev
You all
fucks.
You all head out of the hallway, or out of the grand hall to the left. You go across another large tree branch that connects to a building that also wraps around another grand tree. Entry inside the building, it has high ceilings and it's, there's kind of like stained glass windows and lots of statues and symbols. There are 2 large banners about 20 feet in length that hang on the wall. One has a spindle on it with a thread that trails from it and surrounding it in a wreath of twisting fiber. The symbol is copper in color and sits on a deep purple background. The other banner is green with a golden gnarly tree branch sprouting vertically, the branch covered in flowers and fruits. These are the symbols of Dotathal, the Death Weaver, and Siloria, the goddess of nature and abundance. So, assumably, in the religion wing, this is kind of their focus is here. Make your way down the hall. You come to a door with a sign next to it that says Professor Anya Ralmovic, Cleric of Dotathal. The door is ajar, and sitting at the desk inside is a half-elf woman with jet black hair pulled back, freckles across her face, and dark green eyes. She looks up as she kind of hears footsteps approaching. Ah, you must be Lü'mis Bjorn. I've heard quite a bit about you all from Dev. Please, come in.
What has Dev been saying?
That you made an appointment 3 weeks ago, and that you all are capable people in the community, it would seem.
Okay, yeah, I've been waiting a bit for you. I'm meant to hand this to you. And Lü'mis pulls out of his pocket knapsack a letter and hands it to her.
Okay. Yeah, you all go inside, and looking around the office, there's floor-to-ceiling bookshelves stuffed to the brim with books and papers. Her desk has strewn papers about, various books open to random pages, and she grabs a letter from you. Yeah, apologies for not being here sooner. I was returning from Breinhorn, quite the trek from over there. So let me take a look here at this. She breaks the seal on the letter, and we zoom out as Professor Romovic kind of unfurls the paper. We zoom out across the ocean to the cold, snowy mountains of northern Aegea. A monastery wedged in the frosty mountains overlooks the city of Mooncrest. A monk sits at the desk, dipping his feathered quill into the black ink pot as he writes. Professor Romovic, we write to you from the monastic order in Mooncrest. Lü'mis Bjorn has become quite skilled in the way of the long death, a rare and older tradition within our order, a tradition that, in all honesty, scares many of us. We believe this tradition was one that once lived under Dotathal with her blessing. We're afraid we might not be the best people to teach Lü'mis, and if Lü'mis is to continue this tradition, we would hope it could be with Lady Dotathal's blessing. A blessing we don't feel confident we could properly acquire. Lü'mis has many questions about Dotathal, well beyond our knowledge. We also have many questions as to why the long death resonated with Lü'mis. Does Dotathal have something planned for Lü'mis? It is just the vampiric affliction, perhaps. We thank you for whatever help you can provide, Lü'mis. We also greatly appreciate you giving Lü'mis a reason to leave Mooncrest and our order. He, quite honestly, is a sad boy, and we're a little tired of the vibes. How are we to study martial arts and our traditions while someone is wallowing in their own self-pity, wondering what the meaning of life is? The meaning of life is to maim people with your unarmed strikes, of course. I jest. Only about the maiming, but he really is quite depressing. But surely, as you are the premier scholar and the god of death, you yourself must be a sad girl after all, and can relate to dear Lü'mis. Well, I'm sure your talks will be quite stimulating. Who doesn't love talking about the ever-cheerful subject of dying? Sincerely, Brother Mateo. Well, he sounds delightful. Do you find yourself with a bit of dour demeanor about you? Brother Mateo here thinks I'll be able to meet you at that level, but I'm sorry to disappoint. I'm not really mopey about death.
I mean, neither am I.
Of course. According to your Brother Mateo here, he says that you are kind of wondering about Dotathal and sort of the way of the long death, and yeah, what is it that I can do for you here?
Yeah, I guess it seems that I need Dotathal's blessing or something. I assume just to get more powerful. I've never been super religious. I'm usually not welcomed in religious establishments, so wanted to see what information you had, I guess.
Sure. So you're a vampire, I take it. And I must admit, in my past, I don't think I would have taken too lightly to an undead in my presence. But I've learned quite a lot under Dotathal, and Dotathal is okay with vampires. I'll say that. It's not
okay.
really. Well, I think more than okay. I mean, Dotathal doesn't like those who create vampires, but it is not the vampire's fault for existing.
That's the first time someone's ever said something like that to me. They usually just blame me for being this way.
Oh, no, it's not your fault at all. I mean, Dotathal wouldn't blame you for being undead. I mean, it is a grave sin, I guess, in the eye of Dotathal to harm or manipulate someone else's life, someone else's thread. We're all kind of, I guess, how much do you know about Dotathal and her teachings?
Honestly, not much. I used to hang around someone that was, I guess, really into Dotathal's teachings, but didn't really stick with guess.
Sure. Well, I guess I could kind of start at the beginning. We're all given a thread upon birth, is how we all like to picture it. A singular thread that runs as long as the course of our life. And when we die, that thread kind of gets woven into a blanket, so to speak. And when you die, you're greeted by Dotathal with that blanket to sort of wrap you up in the memories and the moments of your life. So, when someone kills somebody, when somebody turns someone into an undead, you are messing with that thread. You are kind of altering and changing their blanket, their memories, their life. So that's why it's kind of a grave sin to create undead. But it's not your fault, and it's certainly it's kind of, in a way, you've been given a second chance to weave a new blanket, so to speak.
Is that why I can't remember anything before I turned? Because my blanket was unraveled?
I wouldn't know for sure. I haven't fully studied on, the undead fully, but I would say that's a good guess that you've sort of had two blankets created, I guess, or two threads. And one blanket's been sort of lost, and now you're working on a new thread to weave.
What made you become the premier professor of Dotathal? Like, why are you following them?
I've always been sort of a devout follower of Dotathal, sort of like a family thing. We were just sort of raised within the church of Dotathal, kind of, family members throughout our family tree were gravekeepers and, people who helped pass people on to the next life. So death's always kind of been around me, and it's always been something of interest, but I wanted to become a professor and sort of the premier professor on this because it's never been enough to just kind of be a follower and to know her. I wanted to know everything. I wanted to know as much as I could about death, about the undead, about what happens next. And I kind of... People often fear death. They often are scared, often worry about their life ending, their thread being cut. But I think Dotathal is an opportunity and a benevolent God that gives us the opportunity to go fearlessly into our days, knowing that at the end of it all, we are greeted with something warm and caring and something to reflect upon and something not so scary. And I can't wait for that day to happen. But until that day, I just want to learn and pass on the good word, I guess, as much as I can.
Have you learned what happens after you die and, don't come back?
I can only guess, and again, I hope it's Dotathal, greeting us with warmth and love, but I've done my fair share of attempting to speak with the dead and trying to get this answer. Those who would know best often can't speak to us, but I believe that at the end of it all, that it is that one last moment that we get to cherish our memories before our soul leaves and fades away. That is what I believe. I don't have necessarily the most scientific knowledge or data on that because it's a hard topic to get that. I guess I would hope that, and you've kind of told me this is not true, but I would hope that someone who maybe gets a second chance of life like a vampire would maybe know that answer, but I guess you don't.
No, but I guess what you said about a warm blanket and feeling comfort resonated. That's the last, I guess, rather the first memory I have
that's hopeful. It's good to know that you've maybe felt that on some level. And I hope maybe that there's a way for you to get back those memories, so that way you don't just feel maybe a fleeting feeling of that warmth, but you get to see it all and feel it all.
Yeah, it'd be nice to feel again.
You can't feel anything?
No.
That must be rough every day to kind of just go about life. I mean, hopefully at the end of your second life, whenever that happens, you at least get that one last bit of feeling at the end.
Yeah, I don't know when that would happen. Just, I guess you can say, I definitely become more intrigued with death when you realize you can't die in the same means as most people.
It certainly kind of bolsters that feeling of, I have a sense of fearlessness, right? Like, every day could be my last, but that's okay, because at the end of it is this sort of present, I guess. So, in a way, you're already kind of living that without knowing for sure that you'll get that.
Yeah, I guess when you put it that way, I don't know if I'll ever get that again.
We can hope.
Yeah, we can hope. Lü'mis then turns around to the other two, and just to see what their expressions look like.
Emil's expression, probably you can't see it. I'd be like looking at anything else in the room but this conversation, because I feel like I'm spying on something very intimate. So I'm kind of just like looking anywhere else I can.
I think Ellis looks kind of solemn. Obviously understands that he can't sympathize to the fullest extent, but to have a feeling that you want to go back to but you can't, it's relatable.
Lü'mis then turns back to the professors. This is kind of out of left field and kind of switching the subject, but I was wondering if you knew anything about the Lost Era.
I think the professor's eyes kind of like light up in a little bit of shock upon hearing this. I have actually. I do know a little bit. I've heard of this before. Not just before. But part of the reason why I was in Breinhorn was to... Mistfall is a wonderful academy, but the academy in Breinhorn is sort of the academy of Iceruin. It is larger, filled with more scholars, more historians, but they don't have a religion professor like me, okay? So I went out to Breinhorn to sort of learn more about what they had found. Do some teaching as well while there, but they did find out some information about the Era of the Lost. But how did you all find out about this?
Lü'mis pulls out the book Time Lost and just sets it on the professor's desk.
A book? All right. And you read it? Any sort of quick notes from it?
I mean, essentially, it's a period of time that was lost. Seems like there was a big war.
Yes, there was a big war.
Excuse me for interrupting.
Oh, of course, yes.
Sorry.
I'm sorry, we've only
Emil.
been talking.
Yeah, I'm Emil Mazak. It's nice to meet you. I believe the war had something to do with, both of the gods on the banners outside. Am I right about that? Siloria and Dotathal were both part of this?
Dotathal a little bit. She definitely offered her powers to people, but it was definitely mostly Lumixen, Themiska, and Siloria who did a majority of the sort of ending of that war, I would say. What we have found has been tricky. Many of the records mention, or we get that was an entity or a being that existed, but their name is struck from all records that we found. But what we do know is that while deities often don't intervene in mortals beyond just granting them powers, this was a special case in which the deities did intervene. The being was placed into some sort of imprisonment deep within the earth. We have found no sign of this being. We have no record of them beyond that. We have no clues as to where this prison could be. Somewhere deep within Drugala, this being is being imprisoned.
So you're saying that the gods created this being and then stuck it underneath us?
I do not believe they created this being. I believe they were trying to stop this being as much as possible. This being was destructive, rained down terror and plagues, death, destruction, all of it. And so much so that the gods decided that they could not see the people perish anymore. So that they intervened and imprisoned this entity.
But something or someone created this being?
That we don't know. We don't know if it was created. We don't know if it's a deity themselves. We don't know if it's corporeal, ethereal. We don't know if it's has a brain. We don't know if it's living and breathing. We don't know if it's even if it was to be freed, what it would be like. We have no idea beyond just that it exists, and that Themiska, Lumixen, and Siluria shoved it deep within Drugala, I guess.
You mentioned the academy at Breinhorn. Has something happened recently to make this be a topic of conversation for you?
For me, no. I was going there anyways to sort of do some other teachings, just guest speaking and general research. But it was just brought to my attention while there. No one made mention of why it kind of came to relevancy at the time. And I wasn't there for very long.
But they're talking there about it.
They do appear to be, yes.
I look at Ellis.
I kind of shrug back. I'm like, I don't really know if I have anything to add.
Kenny, can't tell if this is Ellis being like, I don't think I have anything to add, or if Ellis knows that he might have something to add but doesn't want to add it. Like the stuff about Nanoxus saying there's some kind of being that wants all of us dead, re-emerging or something.
Are you being are you being deceptive right now, or are you like generally like, I don't want to talk yeah.
I don't think Ellis has anything to add, like other than short of saying, like, I mean, obviously Ellis doesn't want to be like, hi, my name is Ellis Vendove and I currently have a bird guy in my head named Nanoxus, like blah 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 blah. I don't know I don't really know the social implications of like that yet. I do know that what Nanoxus has told me has been very vague and limited and like non-detailed, and so like this is like just more details, and I'm like, I don't really know what else Ellis could say right now to help or to add to this convo.
Hearing Ellis say that, Lü'mis asks, You mentioned that the deities and gods stepped in, to help the humans thrive and live. Did the malevolent deities and gods step in to help this being?
To help the being? We don't believe any god wanted this being to exist. Malevolent, benevolent, we believe all gods were on the same page for this one.
Well, hey, the good news is it seems like we won this war. Thank you to the gods, I guess. We came out on top, right?
We did, yeah, and then there was the era of... So that was prior to the era of the Lost, and then in the era of the Lost, sort of a lot of restarting, a lot of relearning things. Arcane magic kind of disappeared for a long time and came back in various ways across the world. But we did win. It is possible to win against it.
I guess I do have a question in terms of, like, I know ever since we first, as a group, heard about the era of the Lost, it doesn't seem like people seem to know much about it. But obviously that's not true because we have a book about it. Is this big library city that you were in, they would probably have more answers to stuff like this?
It's possible that they might have more information. Certainly when I was there, we gathered a little bit more information about it. I think the problem with this era is that it seems that the world was sort of wiped clean. And I think when that happens, you have to restart a lot of records. A lot of records become vague, or we're only hearing from one person about it. So there's not a lot of corroborating stories, I guess, about it. And I think that's the complication when it comes to understanding this era.
Makes sense. Who's going to write it down if everybody's dead?
Right, yeah.
Well, definitely spooky stuff. You wouldn't know of any scary cults trying to bring back whatever's buried in the muck?
I don't know of any. I mean, if you all find any information around this, I would be grateful to hear more about it.
Can I make an insight check? Is she being forthcoming?
Sure, yeah, go ahead and roll an insight check.
16 plus 3, 19.
Yeah, you're not getting that. She doesn't seem to be, like, lying. I mean, I think there's a level of worry. I think there's, like, a level of concern of she just met you all, and you all seem to know a little bit more about this than she would anticipate, like, any normal average person to know. So I think that's kind of where, like, her uneasiness comes from, but I don't think there's any uneasiness from, like, lying or anything.
You'd mentioned that Dotathal wasn't really a part of this, right?
She's an interesting god. Her great part is sort of to catch people at the end of it all, right? So if a lot of death and destruction was happening, I would say she was maybe busy ferrying people off to the end of their days. And that was her part to play.
Just to welcome people to death.
Yeah.
In a thing that meant to destroy a lot of people.
I see how that might sound, but I guess I would rather, knowing that other gods were intervening at the time, and I'm sure that there was some level of intervening towards the end if even malevolent gods were getting involved. I'm sure Dotathal stepped in as needed at the end of it all, but I would rather her be there and welcoming people to death, yes, than and hoping that the other gods did their part to stop the death.
Amen. I have a lot of respect for Dotathal. Punched in when it was her time to work and worked her shift, and then, let everyone else do their jobs, and she did her job. She gets it.
Yeah, Themiska's the goddess of justice and war and all of that. She had to work overtime. Dotathal had to as well,
Are you kind of implying that Dotathal doesn't necessarily care if somebody is like, is this sort of warm embrace of death awaiting everybody, and if it doesn't matter if you're good or bad?
Yes. The warm embrace is always there. A blanket of your life is always there. I think it's you who gets to look upon the memories of your life to decide what sort of life you lived. Your story is woven, and when it ends, it ends. It is not to Dotathal to judge what sort of life you wove. She lets you kind of sit with it, so to speak, wrapped up in it at the end of it all.
Well, I appreciate how unbiased she seems to be. That's,
to an
nice.
extent. Again, doesn't love when people, forcefully end other people's lives and threads unnecessarily.
But she seems to at least recognizes that that's not her purpose to step in, right?
Right. Not necessarily.
I'll look over to Lü'mis and say, well, first I'll look at Professor Ramovic and say, could we have the room, please, for just a second?
This is my office. I just got back here. This is my office.
Oh, right, sure.
I grab
Sorry.
Emil by the sleeve, and I'm like, Emil, we can't keep doing this. And
Please, let's meet in the hallway just for a sec. If you'll give us just a
I'll
moment.
be right here. Yeah.
Lou, did you get what you need?
I guess I got it. I don't know exactly what I was looking for. Brother Mateo told me to come here, so I did. I feel, I guess, a sense of relief that my first memory, wasn't just a trick. Like, I guess it was me dying and me feeling the warmth of the life that I had. But I really don't know what I expected out of that conversation.
I don't know either, but I do know that more than maybe any other conversation we've had so far, I think you're going to need some time to process this. Maybe you'll find out a little more if you give yourself some time.
That's a good point. I do have one more question for her, but then I'm down to leave.
she seems really nice. It's another professor that we've met that seems to be pretty chill.
Is there any other questions that we should ask about the era of the lost?
Yeah, I look at Emil. I'm just like, I'm being genuine.
Yeah, no,
I really don't.
I don't know that the thing you mentioned, maybe it's just not enough information. I am connecting two dots that maybe aren't connected at all. I don't know.
I think they're fully connected. I just haven't had a lot of conversations with Birdman, and it sort of seemed like one of those things where he like didn't want to. I almost worry it's the thing is just like if he were to tell me like, if there's this evil monster named Jimmy and he lives in the center of the earth, and like just the sheer like knowledge of their image will rack your brain. So I don't know.
I totally understand not wanting someone to know everything going on with you. So I don't know if it's worth bringing up Nonoxus to her or not.
I'd personally super rather not.
Okay, yeah. Let's leave it for now. I think it's a very interesting thread that maybe we can follow when we're past this whole ball and the court and all this stuff that's going on with us right now.
I mean, to be super like clear and transparent, y'all are kind of in this mess with me too. So like, I think I've already told y'all this. Like, I'm gonna be transparent with y'all as best as I can. I just don't know how transparent I want to be with people who could, grab a pitchfork or something.
Yeah, I love it. I'm not gonna tell anyone I'm a giant wooden monster. Absolutely. The only one who's been very forthcoming with everyone they meet is Lü'mis. And Lü'mis, hopefully you can get some answers in return here.
Yeah, hopefully. We go back into the room.
All right. Any other questions, concerns?
I guess my last question, kind of my first question that I asked, do I need to get like Dotathal's blessing or something to get stronger?
I don't think so. Has she sent you any signs that she's, like interested in you? Have she spoken to you?
Did she? I haven't heard anyone speak to me, not
Okay.
like face to face. I guess whenever, I'm a vampire, I don't really die.
Sure.
But when I fall unconscious, I kind of turn into a mist form, and that mist form sometimes has her symbol or whatever.
Oh, well, that's a pretty big sign, I think. I don't know. I haven't spoken to lots of vampires, so for all I know, all vampires take her form when they're in mist form, but maybe not. I'm not sure, but there's probably a couple ways we could think about that. My best guess, and kind of the nicest guess here, and something that hopefully will be reassuring to you, is that perhaps Dotathal's sending a message to you that your thread is not cut. if it is the symbol of her, the spindle and the wreath of with the thread, well, then I would guess your thread is continuing to be spun, and your life is not over. That would be my first initial guess. Is it's just kind of a reassurance.
You said that was like your nice guess. What's your not so nice guess?
I still think it's a nice second guess. For me, still a nice guess, because maybe she wants you to be like a champion of her, like maybe, you're a monk of the long death, so maybe she's like, this person can fight. Champion me, fighter. That would be like, for me, that's like, hell yeah. I mean, I'm a cleric. For a while I was really like a champion out there, being an adventurer and fighting necromancers and the like. But perhaps that's not something you're looking for, in which case maybe that's not such a nice guess.
Like I said, I don't really know what I'm looking for, but maybe that is a path. But also, in my experience, organized religion hasn't been the kindest to me or the people I've known.
Then that's fair. It can be a doozy. It's not necessarily the god's fault who follows them, and not necessarily the god's fault how they choose to influence others, I guess.
I turn to the other two and gesture, like, do you have any last words?
No.
Oh, good.
You're super nice. Thanks for being so helpful and answering our questions.
Yeah, of course. I'm apologies again for being out of town for so long. Again, it's a long trek from here to Breinhorn, but I should be here for the foreseeable future. So if you ever have any more questions or just want to talk, I'm here for it. And if you have any more information that you find about the Era of the Lost, or if you know anything about this entity or being, whatever it is, I'm all ears for that too.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks.
You all leave Professor Anya Romovic's office, heading back down the tree to the main square of Mistfall, and that is where we will end tonight's episode.
I don't think Lü'mis has talked so much.
I know. Yeah. How's your voice?
It doesn't feel great, not gonna lie.
Oh, this could get dicey for Destiny's voice and throat.
Gotta love when our boy Lü'mis has his time to shine and really hear that good old raspy voice. You can find This Could Get Dicey where all podcasts are streamed, and on Instagram and TikTok at TCGDpod. If you found our antics enjoyable, help us out by leaving a rating or review, or, word of mouth is always great. Tell a friend or 2 or 5 or 10. Thanks for joining us, and stay tuned for our next episode coming out Wednesday, November 15th.